Well, I'm sure you're dying to dig into GA4 Explorer reports, so let's go ahead and get started. Starting from scratch, you'll find the Explorer reports in the Explorer section. You'll notice all the kinds of reports that we previously went through, but first, we're going to walk through the default freeform report. To get us started, you'll see Google has pre-selected a series of geography, attribution, and device segments, along with a smorgasbord of dimensions and a small amount of values to choose from within the Variables tab. Within the tab settings, obviously we are within the freeform type, and for simplicity reasons, we're going to start with the table type visualization. Google defaults with no segments included, and we're going to explore the usage of reports in a later lesson. We're going to try to keep it simple for you here. Now, down to the rows section, you'll notice that city is the dimension and is already selected as a row. Within table reports, you can easily create pivot tables by choosing a column as well. You'll notice this report is showing city by device category. While not displayed in this report, we've also noticed that Smart TV has also been included as a device category. That brings us to the next section, which is values. As a default, we can see the active users. Active users is defined as users who have had an engagement, spent more than 10 seconds on a page, or performed another event within the time period selected. Underneath the values, we have a few options. Similar to Google Data Studio, we can choose between bar chart, heat map, or of course, nice clean values only, or plain text. And that's a freeform report. Easy enough, right? Now let's start to interact with these features a bit. And let's understand the filter section. It can help you clean up this report a little bit. For instance, up here you can notice not set within the city area. These are probably users that have set privacy protocols or their IP address is just not designated. We don't really want to confuse our users, so what we can do is just right click and exclude this selection. You'll notice it automatically gets added to that filters section. It's pretty easy, huh? Let's explore a little bit more. This time, let's add country as another dimension. Notice that I just double clicked. I can also drag and drop. So here we can see row by row the top city and country represented. Within the rows area, there's a couple different ways to explore. First, we have the rows that we want to show. We'll just keep it at 10, but you'll notice you can increase this. Perhaps maybe your top 3 values are always the same, so you might want to start with the 3rd most visited, or 4th. Let's explore nested rows. Now, as it stands, if I go ahead and change this to yes, nothing's actually going to happen. Or, worse yet, it may error out. And that's because country is actually the broader dimension, and city will break down after that. If we go ahead and move this back to the first row, therefore providing a much more higher user base, now we can see this broken down. Nested rows provide the country and then break down by the city. Now let's move over to the reporting tab and explore these options a bit. You'll notice that you can include several reports within an exploration. For instance, I may want to just duplicate this report, get rid of city, therefore making my point of my top countries a little bit easier. Of course, you can also include several other different kinds of reports within this stream. I can undo changes, or of course, redo changes. Clicking on the People tab will allow you to share this report to all other property users. Note that it will be in read-only mode. You also have to have the right permissions to see this. You'll notice, last but not least, the indicator will show if the report is sampled red or not green. It's also important to note that with the right permissions, you'll also be able to export this data. into Google Sheets, Tab, PDF, or more. So congratulations, we've just sliced and diced through our first Explorer report.